And welcome back, guys. Gvids here. Today's video we're going to do some testing out here. We're going to go ahead and try out every single engine for the Evo. It's going to be a little bit of a long video. We have 8 engines to try out. I'm just going to throw them through some simple tests, just pretty much the drag test down the strip. We're going to do a little short burst, and then we'll have a little bend around the corner there, and just to kind of see if it slows down or speeds up after a corner. But besides that, it's going to be kind of fun to see how each engine kind of turns out here. I spent close to $2 million doing this, guys, so I really hope everyone enjoys it. But other than that, let's get these parts on here. And I'm actually just going to cut this out here, and then we're going to mosey on over to the track there and do a little strip. And hopefully you guys stick around for the whole video, because there's actually a pretty cool little drag race between some online players that joined in on me in the mix of my testing there. So that was pretty cool. That's pretty much in the middle of the video there, so I definitely suggest sticking around. So I'm just going to finish up putting on these parts here. Get a transmission on there, see what we got. This is just a stock engine here, like I was saying earlier, so I can't imagine anything too crazy is going to come from this one. So this is a 2.0 i4 with a 6-banger on there. And yeah, like I was saying, nothing too crazy with this. 205 kilometers an hour. Now this V8 here, this is probably one of my favorites out of all of them. I'll give you the top 3 once we get to the end of the video. But I actually took this one for a ride, and I really like this engine. It was very responsive when you took the corners. It actually kind of kicked out pretty nicely and held the speed. I really like this engine, so I'm going to put this one at number 1 for sure so far. But a few other ones are very, very close to this. So we're just going to do a little bend here just to see if it holds the speed throughout the corner here. Again, this corner I can range a little different to each run. But I really like this engine here. 202, nothing too fast. So this is a larger 4.0 with the 7-speed. This one I found kind of sluggish. It actually was a little bit faster throughout it, but throughout the cornering it really slowed down, so I wasn't a big fan of that one. And the engine, I just didn't like the sound of it either. The first 4.0 though, that one sounds really nice. I really like that one. You can really hear the whine of the turbo. And 174. So they're actually tied for the short burst. The bigger is actually probably has a little bit more higher end power, but in most cases you don't really want that, because when you're coming around corners you need the lower end power. Unless obviously they got big straights to them, but we're just going to do a little bend here and see if it holds up. Now again, guys, this corner here, the speeds can range a little bit obviously from each run that I do it. That's why I'm not a big fan of testing on corners, because it's always different. I like to do more of the straight shot, so you know it's the same every single time and you can really get a good feel for it. But 213, that's faster than the first two, or the first one there. Now this is a 2.9 V6 with an 8-speed. Now you guys can play around with the transmissions if you want. Yeah, I didn't find any actual stat difference between the 7 or the 8, at least for this engine. So it'd be completely personal choice on what transmission you'd want to use. We're going to do a little short spurt. I really like that little short spurt. It's about not even a half a drag, so you can really kind of see. That was a 169 there. And a little bit of a slower corner. Sometimes you slide out a little bit more than you want to. 198, well, not the greatest. So this one here is a 4.0 flat 6 7-speed. I believe this was actually my first engine that I upgraded to. It's a pretty good engine. It works fairly well. I do find though once you start sliding out, it definitely loses a lot of speed. But let's see what it does on the short spurt here. And 176, that's actually not too bad. It's one of the fastest ones so far, actually. So the flat 6 is a little bit faster on acceleration. Let's see what we got coming out of our corner. That felt pretty quick. 209. So again, not the fastest out of the run, but pretty quick. I like that engine too. That's one of my first, like I was just saying. So this one here is a 3.8 V6 7-speed. I didn't mind this one either. It actually sounded almost like a GTR. That one was my, I'd probably say that would be my third pick there, was the V6 one. I really like that engine. I don't know if it's just the sound of it that really attracts me to it, because it's gorgeous and it kind of sounds like the GTR, and GTRs are absolutely awesome sounding. And let's see what we get around that 213. Damn, that was a good little corner there. That matched the bigger 4.0 V8 engine, but I didn't like that one. Oh, here comes our drag race, guys. This one's pretty sweet. And this is a 3.8 liter V8 7-speed who's just took a Corvette off the line. That was sweet. Anyways, let's go to the next test here. 177. Not bad. That's actually faster than every single run. So the 3.8 liter V8 is very nice also. I actually did like this car. Ooh, coming around the corner a little bit high. Still 209, not bad at all. That would probably be my second choice. My first choice, I think, for me would be the 4.0 V8 8-speed. It was the second engine that I tested. And then my second choice would be the V8, the one that we just did. Now this last one is a Forge 2.0 i4. Wasn't my favorite. So my top one would be the 4.0 V8 8-speed. Second would be the 3.8 liter V8, very nice engine. And then the last one, mainly because it sounds like a GTR, which is very sexy, is a 3.8 V6 7-speed. But anyways, guys, I really hope this video helped you out at all. I spent a lot of money and time doing it, so I hope you enjoyed it. If you guys did, make sure you share, like, and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.